Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie, for those who don't know me, reviewing Married at First Sight, season 11, episodes 2 and 3. So sorry I wasn't here yesterday. It was a rough morning, but we're back and hopefully today is going to be better. Before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, and leave a comment down below. The episode starts off with Sarah and Tim at the honeymoon. They were avoiding each other after the dinner that they had. They decided to, I think Tim decided to apologize, and then Sarah apologized in return, saying maybe her reaction wasn't warranted, and they decided to start fresh. Let's see how long that lasts. Going on to the next couples who are going to be married, we have Timothy and Lucinda. Timothy has been through a lot. Hopefully Lucinda can be a comfort for him.
How would you describe yourself?
You know, he's kind of a fixer-upper. My last real relationship would have been 5 years ago. My dad passed away about 6 weeks ago. I don't really let too many people in. Closing myself off, it's the way I protect myself.
I don't think there's anything I adore more in the world than love. Always wanted children, but I very much made peace with it. I've done lots of grieving around that, believe it or not, recently. I'm a person that really loves life, squeezes the bejesus out of everything that I can get out of it.
So just off the bat, Timothy thinks that he's a 4 on a scale of attractiveness. And already I'm thinking, whoo, is he insecure? Because anything under a 6, even if you think you're unattractive, anything under a 6 to me makes me think like, ooh. Like, you have to believe in your own self at least, you know? Maybe other people might think you're a 4, but you yourself thinking you're a 4, man, that kind of hurts my heart a little bit. On top of that, he lost his mom 17 years ago, lost his brother around the same time, and then lost his father about 6 weeks ago. He has no other direct family who's alive. Whew, man, it's a lot. It's a lot. He also calls himself the Tin Man because he feels like he doesn't have a heart. I'm so sorry, guys. If you see me looking down, I'm very paranoid. I found a mouse in my apartment yesterday. I'm freaking out. I'm freaking out. And yeah, so that's what that is. I'm so sorry. I just feel like I have to say that because you might not even notice it, but I'm noticing it. So, okay, cool. Anyways, yeah, Tim has a lot of grief that he's gone through. He doesn't really rate himself in terms of attraction, in terms of relationships. So having somebody who's as bubbly, outgoing, high-spirited as Lucinda might be a plus. The issue with Lucinda is he's not into, oh my God. Oh yeah, you guys are gonna see me tripping out this video. It's fine. He's not into the spiritual woo-woo type of women. Lucinda is exactly that.
Oh, look at this gorgeous creature. I really like him. He's such a big hunk of spunk.
May you follow this journey with the willingness to love.
And I seen the back of the wing. It was a real chicken wing.
Now shit gets real.
Everybody, run for cover.
Oh, God.
You all right?
Is this how you imagined your wedding ceremony going so far?
I think it's better.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like I'm a pretty open person, but this wedding would have had me feeling away too. Yeah, it's a good thing that the storm came. It's a good thing on both their sides, honestly. He's glad that all of the woo-woo stuff was cut short. She's glad because rain at a wedding is typically a good omen, so a storm must be a really good omen. You know what I'm saying? There was a pregnant lady there. People were thinking she was going to give birth or something, but she's good. Everybody's fine. The sun came back out and, you know, it was happy days. She's starting to realize he doesn't have any family, so she asks him when they are taking pictures. He does open up about it, and as much as he talks about being a tin man, he did seem like very vulnerable. Of course, there's a part of him that does seem empty, rightfully so. He still was like very heartfelt in the way that he spoke about himself, about his family, about the hopes of this marriage. And it came up again, the lack of family in his speech, and the whole room was moved.
I walked around my suburb all night reflecting on life and love and everything. There's that moment that you want that one special person to just say, I've had a shit day.
There is no way I could be here doing this, losing my father 5 weeks ago. There's no way. I think he's really brave.
I love that even though he's faced a lot of loss, it's not keeping him from wanting a partnership. It's actually the loss that warrants him wanting it so badly. He wants that one person who you can go to and confide in and have that comfort, that love, that affection. And so, yeah, it became so much more important to him after losing his dad. The way Lucinda handled it was just amazing. Even when they were doing the family introductions, he was like, oh, well, we could just split off. And she was like, no, let's do it together, because she's trying to really, integrate him into her family, especially noticing that he doesn't have family anymore, direct family. Very good pairing, honestly. Wasn't what he asked for in terms of like personality and all that, but she might be exactly who he needs. On to the next couple. We have Jack and Tori. I feel like these two are going to be an absolute dumpster fire. They are both self-proclaimed alphas. I know in my first impression, somebody said, well, in the animal kingdom, an alpha and an alpha do go together. Child, not in the human world.
I love leading and giving advice and getting the best out of people. Would I call myself an alpha? Yes. I'm very sexually active. I'm a dominant lover.
Do people think you're a boy?
Yeah, I'm going to say short answer, yes, definitely.
I am very strong, stern, to the point, very black and white. If something's not going how I would like it to go, it's harsh, it's insensitive, it's aggressive. Yeah, it's not nice.
The issues with two alphas coming together is the fact that they tend to be control freaks, which these two are. They both don't like relinquishing power oftentimes, which it seems like these two are. Jack opened up about typically being attracted to submissive women, but he wants to put himself to the test by going for a woman who is just as headstrong as he is. Tori is going to be just that. At the wedding, it is clear that they are both attracted to each other and they are both very similar. Whether or not that's going to be an issue, we're going to find out in the future.
Did you look at them? No, look at his teeth. Teeth. We'll talk about that.
Everything has a place and a purpose. Been running my own fitness business for 10 years.
Tick, we got a winner. Self-made, respectful, calming. Shit, okay, like he's got it together.
The theme of control was present in both of their vows. She's OCD, he likes things the way that they are, which I'm guessing also is him being OCD. And yeah, both headstrong, both headstrong. Both headstrong. Oh Lord, I completely lost my train of thought. Anyways, their personalities are so similar, they may clash. And they start to clash in the reception. Before I get to the reception though, at the wedding, the mom was very fond of Jack. And I don't know if she wants Jack for herself, but I'm like, well, if it doesn't work out with Tori, at least you got a second chance, okay? At the reception, Jack is starting to realize she's a lot, might be a little bit too much for me. Tori is not necessarily picking up on this, but her best friend is noticing Jack doesn't actually have any friends at the wedding.
Tori has a lot of big energy and she's independent and she's strong-willed, and
I definitely want to play that dominant role to Tori.
5 a.m. walk. Can we just...
Yeah.
We need to sort that out.
That's interesting.
Jack is definitely starting to feel the power struggle in their relationship. He tends to be the biggest personality in the room. His wife has a bigger personality than him. So he kind of does feel a little bit small in this scenario. And then, the lack of friends to me is interesting because all the people the majority of the people at his wedding are his clients. A lot of those clients are women as well. He is a personal trainer, so okay, you kind of do expect that, but I don't know. The friend is picking up on the same things that I was picking up on. Is the reason why you don't have friends here because you're trying to hide something? Have you pushed them away because of your domineering character? And if you don't have close people in your circle, do you even have people who hold you accountable to your certain behaviors? Because even the way that he's acting now, I'm like, he's going to be a problem. And I feel like he doesn't have any close-knit friends who call him out to say, hey, this is problematic. Interesting. At the honeymoon, things are starting to get a little bit rocky. Only on his side, though. Tori feels like they are very connected in terms of like intimacy wise. They're getting very physical. This is not normal for her. He feels like there's no chemistry between them.
Usually I don't like physical affection. But Jack is so gorgeous. It's like, what more could you want, honestly?
I've got a pretty high sex drive. I need to be invested in the girl and I need to be connected. There's no sexual sparks flying for me at the moment.
According to Jack, he's a very freaky deaky kind of guy, you know? He's very kinky. These are his words, not mine. So the fact that he's not feeling the sexual chemistry with Tori is going to be an issue for him. Now, I know we have these conversations in like a lot of the shows, actually a lot of Married at First Sight reviews as well. When somebody's not feeling the attraction, what do you guys think is the better plan of action? To cool off until maybe you feel something for that person, or to go along with it until you feel that connection with that person? I always feel like maybe cooling off is the better plan of action, but then how do you build it if you're not trying? Yeah, I don't know. Because Tori isn't used to being so full on with somebody and she's kind of taken by surprise in a good way, I think it would be best if Jack was to cool off because he's going to be leading her on. Yeah, either cool off or just be open with her and say, hey, listen, it's just not there for me yet, but I want to give it a try. Will you be patient with me in that area? We'll see. So I was so sad at the beginning of episode 3 because we learned that Michael, his match, has chosen to just disappear.
Decided to send us an email saying he no longer wanted to be a part of the experiment.
I want to be understanding of his side, but I just would love to know why.
Your match couldn't cope with the experiment and the unknown and the pressure that was going to go on them.
If you need your memory jogged, he's the one who was in a marriage and has a teenage son. However, he discovered post-marriage, I'm assuming in the marriage, but definitely post-marriage, that he is gay. And so he was going to be would this have been his first gay relationship? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if this would have been his first gay relationship, but that's his history. So yeah, him leaving is kind of a bummer. However, it's better for Michael to know sooner rather than later. The experts did say they're still going to look for a match, but as of right now, Michael does not have a pairing. I'm assuming if the fact that he's been featured in the show means that he will find someone. Or they will find someone for him. I don't know. I'm not sure. Anyways, let's go on to the next 2 pairings. We have Natalie and Collins. Natalie and Collins are an interesting one because on paper, you would think, wow, they're both like this dorky type of person, quirky personalities, very outgoing. They're going to be a good match.
My teeth are too big. I smile too gummy. I've got wrinkles in the side of my eyes. I used to do a lot of cosplay and it helped me become this confident person. I didn't prioritize finding love. He's been quite unwell for the last couple of years and he passed away about 6 weeks ago. I do really enjoy working with the elderly. I've got a lot of respect for them.
Can I? Oh, okay. I thought we were... Sorry, mate. Let me hear you get around it. Bit of a closet nerd as well, you know? Being the very, very, very skinny brown kid who wasn't that tall as well, there wasn't that much confidence. Relationship? Nada. Nah. Never been in a relationship.
So she has had a 7-year relationship, very serious. He has never been in a relationship. On top of that, he can never make it past the first date. He seems to think that he always gets friend zoned. I feel like the more that we watch this episode, you can see why he maybe doesn't get a second date. But anyways, they say that she is like a dork to the nth degree, okay? She's a gamer. She does cosplay. They don't actually get to the extent of why Collins considers himself a dork. He says it, and we see him hosting this like game night trivia thing, but they don't actually say like how far his dorkiness goes. And this starts to show in the episode that they're not on the same level. So at the wedding, it is a hectic start for both of them.
You okay?
Do we have Mike tape, the sports tape? Because I can tape my foot.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm so good.
Good to meet you.
What was your name?
Collins.
Collins. Natalie.
Wait, what's your bride's name?
Nikki. Isn't it Nikki? No. What is it? Nikki?
As I'm watching this wedding, I'm like, oh my gosh, they're two peas in a pod. If I didn't know any better, I would have thought that they picked each other for themselves. Besides the fact that Collins forgot her name. He thinks her name is Nikki. Yeah, I don't know. But anyways, they seem so well suited if you ask me. When they were taking the pictures, there was a lot of giggling, a lot of laughing. Then we get to the reception. And Collins is starting to realize, okay, I know I'm a dork, but she might be just a little bit more dorky, outgoing, very bubbly, just a lot of overwhelming characteristics are tied to her.
I feel like I'm really myself around him. And it's really nice.
Would you say you're a bit of a dork?
A dog? Well, would you say you're a dog? Okay. How are you feeling about Natalie? Could you repeat that? There was just so much energy.
What?
Yeah.
Not a spring chicken roll.
She is a lot of energy, which can be a lot for a lot of people. But what is the theme with the guys this season, or this episode, let me say, being what's the word? What is the word? This is why I shouldn't do reviews in the morning, child. I cannot think. They're intimidated by women with big personalities. Interesting. He thinks that she's very like out there, and even though he considers himself that as well, it's just a little bit overboard for him. He doesn't know how to handle it. He thinks that if there's two high energy people in a relationship, how can they form a romantic bond? I don't know how far true that would be. I think it's possible. Two high energy people, I think it's possible. Two very headstrong alpha people, now I can see where the contention would probably stem in their relationship. But yeah, you can definitely see him starting to self-sabotage, and that's going to show up at the beginning of their honeymoon. But before we get there, the last couple in this episode to be matched is Jaden and, what's the girl's name now? Jaden and Eden. How cute are those names? Oh, so cute. So he's a kickboxer, and he feels like he doesn't match any of the kickboxer stereotypes. He's also related to Mitch from 2 seasons ago. I don't know why we had to see so much of Mitch, and why we had to hear so much of Mitch's regrets. He misses Ella. Well, I don't know if he misses Ella, but he wishes he gave Ella a better marriage experience, I guess you could say. Just too much of Mitch. Get Mitch out of here. Mitch is not a selling point. And then you have Eden, who, what's the characteristics of Eden? Oh yeah, she's been cheated on in a horrible way. And now she just lives her life on her own, just her and her dog.
I'm not everything that I appear, and that's what a lot of people don't understand, you know?
Would you describe yourself as a romantic?
Yeah, yeah. I love it. I love love.
I don't necessarily have that very melty, soft side like he does. So he's gonna go all the way.
I don't party too much. I'm pretty low key. I definitely don't trust people easily. That's probably why I spend so much time with Cub as well, because he's just the most reliable thing in the world. But I don't want to be single for the rest of my life.
Jaden claims that he does not have trust issues like his brother. However, in his relationship, there was a cycle of cheating. A cycle of cheating. He also has this notion that because of the persona that people assume he has, everybody prejudges him, and he doesn't like being prejudged. So he starts to get in his head and overthink about what people may think about him, even if they haven't given him any inkling of that. That's going to show up later, right? With Eden, she's been cheated on with her boyfriend who got with her best friend from childhood. That's a lot. So she actually does have trust issues. She admits that she has trust issues. I don't know how complimentary these two are going to be, but at the wedding, it does seem like things are good, at least on the attraction standpoint.
Yeah, when I saw her walking down the aisle, I was like, oh, yeah, she's stunning. Her eyes are insane. Then her smile, she's definitely my type.
I think my grin says it all, doesn't it? I think someone that's like soft on the inside is important. I really liked that. He's amazing.
I really, really enjoyed Jaden's reaction. I'm so scared to even put my feet on the ground, you guys. I really enjoyed Jaden's reaction to Eden. I felt like this was the most enthusiastic husband we have seen so far. Maybe outside of Tristan. Maybe. Tristan might be a very close second, if not first. But yeah, Jaden is very enamored by Eden. Eden is very into him. She is. However, at the reception, Jaden is getting in his head. I don't know for what reason, but he's starting to think that she isn't attracted to him, but she hasn't even given him a reason to think like that.
She doesn't party. She doesn't drink.
Wow.
She loves walks. She's got a golden retriever.
She's a gorgeous girl, and she's got her head screwed on.
That's what I said. You can tell straight away whether they like you or not.
Yep.
Straight away.
Yep.
Right? I got the vibe that she didn't really like me. I got the vibe that she wasn't as excited about me as I was about her.
Nice to see you a little bit giddy as well. Blushing. Yeah.
This is why I don't believe Jaden when he says he doesn't have trust issues. Sure, maybe you don't have trust issues, but you're insecure. And you, what is the other thing that I wrote down? He's insecure and, he has a fear of rejection. Are those characteristics of having trust issues? You guys let me know. But I feel like they're correlated. Definitely correlated. So yeah, he does end up asking her point blank, like, hey, I kind of felt like maybe you weren't into me. And she was like, what? No, like that's not even the case at all. I'm very into you. I wonder if he's going to be a self-sabotager. Him, self-sabotage. Jack, self-sabotage. Collins, self-sabotage. These men, oh my gosh, I'm concerned. Tristan might be our best bet, guys. This is a mess. So yeah, I feel like there's going to be a lot of projection coming from Jaden. I hope that he gets that in check. Anyways, let's move on to Collins. As they're preparing for the honeymoon, he lets, what's her name? Collins is married to who? Girl, whatever. He lets his wife know that the process and a little bit of her personality is just a lot for him to handle right now.
I'm with someone who's matching, if not giving more. So, yeah, it can be a lot. I know that it's gonna take time for me. This situation, this feeling won't be immediately.
Can I have a couple of minutes to compose myself? I don't want to look like I've just been crying.
I feel for the girl. I should have looked up her name, damn it. I feel for, hold on, guys, give me a second. Natalie. I feel for Natalie because she's just so optimistic and you can tell she's just trying to put her best foot forward. Her natural disposition is to be so bubbly and outgoing, but at first encounter, it can be a lot for some people. It really can be. With Collins, though, I think that he tends to nitpick and then project his own insecurities on people. And maybe that's why he doesn't get second dates. Maybe that's why he's never been in a relationship. I also would be remiss to not note that his heritage might be a factor as well. Could be. So, yeah, if anybody's going to be an issue in this relationship, I definitely think it's going to be Collins. Definitely. I hope that he can get it together because on paper, they do seem like a good match. But yeah, if he's going to keep throwing out issues with Natalie that aren't necessarily issues, it just takes you getting to know her, this relationship is going to go to the pits. So yeah, the honeymoons are going to be in full swing tomorrow. I definitely want to see how the conversation between Jack and Tori. It's them, right? I want to see how the attraction conversation with Sarah and Tim goes because he's definitely going to hurt her heart. Definitely going to hurt her heart. No, is it Sarah and Tim? No, it is Jack and Tori. Child, I don't know. Anyways, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.